Ulysses, what weather topic will you intrigue us with this morning?
Well, Erica, I'm going to be talking to you about how animals, predict the weather. So let's start things off, with the ants. The ants, they tend to build a higher mound, especially when rain is on the way. And I think, some of these animals, though, you can really tell, I feel like, they really do make a lot more sense. Some of them are a little bit more skeptical, but I think you'll find out by the end which one I'm a little bit more of a skeptic with. Ladybugs, they tend to swarm more as it's, warm outside, and they tend to stay away when it's cold. And I think that makes sense for insects. They kind of tend to, flock more so when there's warmer weather, and they tend to retreat when it comes to colder weather. When it comes to bees and butterflies, they leave their flowers when the rain is about to come. Obviously, I think that's, very true to the fact that, when it's nice outside, you do see them next to those flowers, but you rarely ever see them when it's raining outside. And then birds, they tend to fly high when it's really nice, fly low when it's really, not too good. And I think that one's also very, very true. Now, frogs, the louder they croak, rainy weather is on the way. And then the groundhog, that's obviously the one a little bit more skeptical, because obviously we talk about it every Groundhog's Day, how he's usually wrong most of the time. This year, though, he is right, though. No shadow, early spring, and that's been really noticeable here on Delmarva. I feel like spring has been here, quite a bit. So this one I would say, at least for this year, he is right about that. That is for sure, though.
Ulysses, I love that. That is so cool. I had no idea that I should be paying attention to ants and birds, and that they're doing these things because the weather is changing. It makes sense because they're so much more in tune with nature. We're like on our smartphones and stuff, and they're like, it's going to rain. We've got to fly low.
No, yeah, absolutely. And there's obviously other animals as well that do it. Like the crickets. When it comes to the their nature's thermometer. So obviously the animals, they keep in mind, computer models and computers are only here for a while. So before that, we probably did have to trust the animals for the weather predictions.
Can you imagine being a meteorologist in the 1700s? You were like looking at a frog, and
yeah.
I'm just kidding.